fanny pack breakdown, specifically dad fanny pack breakdown. So my family and I, we went on vacation to Florida. We flew from South Carolina to Florida, back to South Carolina, spent 6 days in a beach style resort. My parents came with me, grateful for their assistance and of course the memories. Now, I want to talk about what I carried every single day being in some type of beach environment where I'm not wearing a belt, don't have shorts or pants with multiple pockets. Basically, everything that I carried every single day was in this fanny pack. And I'm probably gonna get this question, first and foremost, what weapon system did you bring with you? Now, this is going to be a Gen 6 Glock 19 that I did not carry.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, I know just by saying that, 50% of you are gonna scroll through this video because I didn't bring a gun with me on vacation. And I'll tell you why, because it wasn't a priority per my perspective, and I will go into detail on that. So, Gen 6, great weapon platform, definitely recommend. Not sponsored by Glock. Next topic. Now I'm gonna go pocket by pocket here, going what's in it, why I carried it, and maybe in depth on some more specific reasons why I carried that specific piece of gear or tool. Now, this is just my opinion. My priority on this vacation was medical. Now I'm in a resort that has gates and armed security, so the likelihood of there being some type of active event is not 0, but also not 100. So I know that if I didn't have medical gear and needed it, that, well, consequences will follow. Knowing that, this is what I prioritize. The back pocket where the firearm would be is now, you guessed it, full of medical gear. Obviously I have my zippers centralized so that I can access them with both hands. Cat Gen 7 tourniquet that's Velcroed into the back panel here. SWAT T tourniquet. Compressed gauze, hyphen chest seals. Most of this is North American Rescue except for the SWAT T tourniquet. And I'll go into more detail about the SWAT T specifically here later on in the video. So again, I prioritize medical. Two types of tourniquets and some gauze, mainly for stopping the bleed. So that was the priority for this rear pocket. I thought that was more of a priority, knowing that I'm probably more than likely gonna use my medical gear than I am any type of weapon and or tool. So next pocket, main utility pouch here. First thing you're going to see is a G10 dagger from Black Triangle. Love those guys, love their vibe. All I simply did was put the sheath into a pre-existing hold here that's sewn into the fanny pack itself. And then I used their stretchy 550 cord and then just wrapped it around and then hooked it onto the belt clip here. I had no issues with retention, and yes, I tried it multiple times before thinking this was a viable option. Next time I will probably take some type of hockey tape and just wrap this together just to secure it more. I can always take that off, take the sheath out and put it into my waistband if I want to actually carry it on my persons. Because mind you, I didn't have a belt on or any type of multiple pockets to put these things in. So this is what I carried most of the time. Now, inside of this, another primary is going to be white light. If you can't see, well then you can't see. Having a high candela, high lumen white light is never a bad option. Mod Light's a great company. You can add certain accessories to those to make your carry more comfortable, pocket clips, finger holds, whatever the case may be. But I really do like having some type of high-powered rechargeable white light. Now, getting into the most important parts of this everyday carry. Pacifier that just came out of the washing machine because I didn't want to put a dirty one in here. You just saw the water fling off. Pacifiers. My 2-year-olds sometimes will still use pacifiers. Judge me, whatever, write a blog about it, don't care. This is a good device to potentially distract or refocus, especially if they're injured or if they're not able to calm down. This sometimes can help that so you can leave the area or calm the child down. Not a bad option to have, especially if you lose them or it gets dirty, you have a fresh one inside your fanny pack ready to roll. The next thing, talk about distractionary devices, is going to be the Tactical Charms Blow Pop Original Flavor Cherry. Now, yes, I give my kids sugar. Again, write a blog about it. I don't care, do a hit piece. This is a great distractionary device. Kids get injured, you can potentially refocus them with some type of lollipop or pacifier, whatever the case may be. So flying on a plane, this was a must, guys. We had no issues flying. Again, we flew as a family of 8 with 4 small children, and this was the saving grace. Now, granted, it was a pretty short flight, about an hour and 8 minutes, hour and 10 minutes. They went through about 1.5 of these a piece, and we had no issues. So Tactical Charms Blow Pop distractionary device is a must, available at any convenience store. Now, not sponsored. Of course, the Oakley sunglass holder and or sunglass cleaner. I can't stand dirty lenses, so having that is incredibly important for me. Now, the next thing is somewhat of an uncommon item that people may not think about, but earplugs. I carry 2 sets of earplugs, not only because, got to make sure that we protect our hearing, but I have small children. And if we go to a fireworks show or some type of event that might be super loud, I want to make sure that their hearing is protected. So I have foam earplugs here, just normal foam earplugs that I keep in there. And then I have, these are the Surefire EP5s, I believe is what they're called. They are a industrial commercial grade silicone that are washable. Problem with the foams is if they get wet, they expand and then you basically can't use them, or if you get submerged in water, you basically can't use them, so they kind of become unusable at that point. While these can get wet, no problems there. They are reusable and they fit pretty securely in your ear. I know a lot of law enforcement guys that use them also for their comms. So just got these on Amazon. They come with this cool case, stick them in there, and then you're good to go. Next, front pouch. My wife's favorite pouch, the wallet. Ridge wallet, not sponsored by Ridge wallet. I do like the Ridge wallet because it has some type of blocker in there where people can't touch to tap or touch to pay, and they can't take your money from your credit cards. Having cash. I can't tell you how important it is to have some type of cash with you for you and your family. The reason I say that is because your phone may die. Well, now you don't have Apple Pay. Your cards may not work, and now your bank is shut down, and you have no means of currency to then get to where you need to get or buy whatever you need to buy. So having enough cash for you and your family to potentially even get to a location like a hospital or an airport or a bus stop or a train station, whatever means of transportation you like to utilize, always have enough cash. Now, use your cards in the meantime. You may not ever have to use it, but this is for emergencies only in my eyes. So my dad instilled that in me at a young age, always have enough cash. Now, you can also carry something like a watch. I usually carry 2 watches when I travel, a mechanical watch and then some type of smart watch like a Garmin. Have a Phoenix 7 or 7 Phoenix, whatever it's called. I love that watch. So many capabilities. GPS, has red light, white light, stopwatch. I use it for running mostly, but it's a great watch to have. You can also pinpoint certain locations. So I carry 2 types of watches. Again, watches can also be used as currency. It doesn't necessarily need to be some type of high-end and or luxury watch to be utilized, but it could be some type of trade depending on the location you were in. Now, let's go back to the medical. I have small children. I told you guys I have a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and 2-year-old twins. The Cat Gen 7 may not work on them because their limbs are smaller than 5 inches in circumference, meaning I have to have another option to occlude blood flow. Now, there's a study done on PubMed in 2012 about this stretch and wrap style tourniquet. While effective, it does require some training. This can work not only as a tourniquet, but a pressure dressing. It can also work as a sling. If you're a dog lover or a canine handler, this can also be utilized as a muzzle. When dogs get injured, especially working dogs or any dog, biting is a form of self-protection. And so you can use a muzzle you can use this as a muzzle to then muzzle the dog, scoop them up, and take them to said local emergency vet to be handled. Now, I do like this because it is vacuum sealed and is secure, so no elements can get to the inside and deteriorate the product. This does have 5 tear ports here, as you can tell, so you can open this from any location, especially if your hands are sandy, water, bloody, whatever the case may be. You can access this and then do whatever you have to do. Now, it does have instructions on here, 1 through 3. Obviously, if you're in the middle of using this during an emergency, you're probably not going to be looking at instructions 1 through 3. So do your best effort and get training prior and understand how this works. It's incredibly important that we understand how this medical gear works, and not only how it works, but when it is supposed to be used in certain situations. Stop the Bleed, TECC courses are great for law enforcement and the general public. TCCC courses are geared more towards the military end of things, while Stop the Bleed courses are probably going to be your best cost-effective option for your everyday person. I'm a huge fan of that. I was a Stop the Bleed instructor for a very long time. Great organization, so definitely check them out. Now, if you are in law enforcement, you probably carry your credentials. You probably carry some type of badge. Now, a badge, if you carry one of those necklace style, is just one point of visibility. It's one directional visibility. And in an active situation, you're going to be moving 365 degrees. If you're in plain clothes and or off duty, being seen with that, potentially with the firearm, could be damaging to you, because now you just become man with gun or woman with gun, which is what law enforcement may be looking for at that said time. So having something like a VisiBlue beanie here is a great option that can be utilized. 360 degree visibility. It is reflective, so you do have those capabilities as well. And if you're going skiing or you're in a mountainous environment and you want to utilize a beanie, you can simply reverse it and people will not know that you're in law enforcement. They won't know that you're wearing 511 pants with a tactical belt and a Punisher skull and a thin blue line t-shirt. They'll have no idea you're a cop. So you can use this for multiple facets, especially for plain clothes work as well. But again, you can fold this up and simply store it in your pack. And now you have 365 degree visibility and identification if you are off duty or on vacation or on duty but just work a plain clothes unit. So that is the breakdown of the overall EDC that I carried in my fanny pack. So I just wanted to show you guys, this is the fanny pack with everything in it that we discussed. I normally wore it front facing, but if I happen to be carrying a baby, or in my case, 2 babies, I would flip it around to the rear and would have no issues there as well. And again, you can always clip things into the belt itself. I also have my cell phone in here too. So my cell phone was able to fit in that rear pocket where the gun would be, where I have the medical gear. So again, this is just an Everly stock fanny pack I got off of Amazon, no affiliation. Worked very well for me. I know there's different manufacturers out there, so make sure it does exactly what you want it to do. If you have any questions or comments, put them below. If you guys want to see more of this content, please let me know. But in the meantime, stay ready.